What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. AEW Dark is now underway. So we're going to go ahead and get started on with this, guys. We have 4 matches for AEW Dark here in this episode. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get right on into it. Hey, what's going on? How you guys doing? It is time for AEW Dark. Well, this is AEW Dark, so what I do for AEW Dark is kind of just like 4 matches, about an hour long. AEW Dynamite is the actual show, where there's like 6 or 7 matches, but AEW Dark only has 4 matches in my universe mode. But there is an awesome main event, though. The main event, Pac returns. He'll be defending his TNT Championship. NXT is tomorrow, yes. Now, yeah, I'll be downloading it tomorrow when I start, and like when I do my NXT setup. Sounds good. I will download you. Absolutely. So we are starting things off with the AEW World Champion, Jonathan Gersman. What's up, thick boy? How's it going? The leader of the Resistance. THG and AEW shares one big roster. So it's 2 different shows, but it shares one big roster. They both like combine the roster into both shows. Jonathan Gersman is more featured than AEW though, because he's the AEW World Champion. So he's like the face of AEW right now.
What's this all about? This is gonna get interesting. Here we go. Let's find out.
TNT champion is Pac. He'll be in the main event. He'll be defending his championship against Gyro. Gyro actually challenged Pac and told Pac to put his championship on the line in the main event for AEW Dark. And Pac accepted. He said he wants to be a fighting champion, so he accepted. First time a championship is being defended on AEW Dark. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to get the feeling that I'm not really the most popular person with certain superstars around here. Alright, they're lost, am I right? Now listen, I have said things that I guess angered some other people backstage. And I just want to let them know, from the bottom of my heart, who the hell cares? I am the best superstar in that locker room. I don't say that as a dig on the rest of the crew. Every roster under AEW is packed with world-class talent, so it takes monumental effort and talent to stay at the top. But I am the AEW World Champion. We have a packed roster, we have a stacked roster, and yet I still manage to stay on top of the business. And Eddie England, he put some shots out on me of our match that we had this past Monday. But you know what? I don't really care about that. Okay, Eddie, I beat you fair and square, and you know it. Alright, if you want another match with me, well fine, we can do that. But let me just tell you something. I am the champion for a reason. I will always be the champion. Eddie, you may be one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. You may have been the longest reigning NXT UK champion. You held the United Kingdom Championship for 1,172 days. Okay, so there is no question that you are one of the greatest champions and wrestlers of all time. But I am just that much better. And I will show you by holding this title and by defending it whenever I need to, defending it whenever I want to, defending against anybody that challenges me. Anyone that steps into this ring and challenges me to a battle, I will accept, and I will show you that I am a greater champion of this generation. I will always be the better champion. And Eddie, you need to understand that. If you have a problem with me, then you can say it right to my face. I will be joining the commentary table tonight. Enjoy AEW. So it looks like Jonathan Gersman is actually going to be joining the commentary team tonight for AEW Dark. We will see what happens. But yeah, guys, Jonathan Gersman is actually joining the commentary table, the commentary team for AEW Dark here tonight. As we're going to get set with our first match. Jonathan Gersman versus Eddie England could definitely happen again. I'm still currently looking for one. Yeah, if you want to choose your own theme, you can. This has to be. It has to be something that's not copyright. Like I can't do any copyrighted content just because that can put a copyright strike on my channel, and I don't really want that. So it has to be a song that's not really going to be much copyright. So it can only be certain songs, but you do get to choose your own theme song. But let's go ahead and let's get on with our tag team match. The first match of AEW Dark. It is Best Friends versus Private Party. So let's do it. The good old Best Friends, indeed. They are best friends. They're going to show exactly why they're best friends here for AEW Dark. Pac returns again, guys. Pac returns tonight. Gyro actually sent a message to Pac and challenged him for the TNT Championship. And that's actually going to be happening here tonight in the main event. Is going to be a ladder match for the TNT Championship. Gyro Marias versus Pac. The Party Resistance? Alright, sounds good. We can do that. Chuck Taylor and Trent, best friends. I do too. I do too.
Oh my God, is that Private Party?
And here comes Private Party. I do like their theme song. Isaiah Cassidy. Looking ready to go. And Mark Cran looking ready to go too. Here we go. This is a tag team match. A really good, high quality tag team match for AEW Dark. So let's do it. As Chuck Taylor is starting things off with Mark. Alright, sounds good. I'll see what I can find. Oh, right to the arm. Attacking the arm. And the drop kick connects. Chuck Taylor's nice back body drop. The Gentleman's Club. The Kentucky Gentleman, whatever you want to call him. Very nice. Going for a pin. Oh, nice drop kick from Mark now. Taking down Chuck Taylor. And guys, we have Jonathan Gersman with us here for AEW Dark at the commentary table. Indeed. How's it going, Jonathan Gersman? It's going good. Sitting here with this beautiful, shiny title, the AEW World Championship. Just because I'm just that awesome and nobody can beat me. Nobody will ever be able to beat me. And we're looking over here at Private Party. We chose Private Party to join the Resistance for a reason. They are an amazing tag team. They deserve great opportunities. And we told them that they join the Resistance, they're going to get that. Now we know that you have a match. You have actually 2 matches this weekend at Full Gear. You'll be defending your AEW World Championship against Lee Anderson at Hell's Coliseum on Sunday. You'll be going against Gabriel Bale for the Intercontinental Championship. Do you have any strategy going into these 2 matches? Yeah, I forgot to shut down the commentary. I should have done that. I forgot to turn the commentary down. Maybe I can turn the volume down on the TV a little bit. But yeah, I mean, knowing that the Intercontinental Championship is something I've been targeting for quite a while, I had to do what I have to do, and if Gabriel Bale has a problem with that, well, he can just suck it, because I have a 3 Stages of Hell match I have to get ready for it at Hell's Coliseum, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to become the new Intercontinental Champion. But we know that Chuck Taylor and Trent working on Private Party right now. As Trent picking up Mark with a nice slam. And now Trent, very, very smart, attacking Isaiah Cassidy. So Jonathan, what exactly do you see in Private Party to you want them to join the Resistance? They are resilient. They're very resilient. They don't give up. They have a huge resume when it comes to the wrestling industry. They've been teaming up for quite some time. And yeah, I mean, even though they might not look like they're a high quality type tag team, they actually are when you step in the ring with them. I mean, I've seen a bunch of their matches that they've been in, and they are a high quality tag team. They've won championships, in different wrestling promotions, and we know that they have what it takes to be champions. And we want to give them that. We want to give them the opportunity to actually fight for the tag team championships. But we know that FTR is they're the current AEW tag team champions right now, and they will be actually facing Best Friends at Full Gear this Saturday. Have any thoughts on that? Well, I will say best friends are definitely best friends. I mean, they were great as a tag team, and right now they are really taking it to mark. But they're great as as a tag team. They definitely are. And do I think they have what it takes to actually be able to knock off FTR? They might. Who knows? I guess we're going to find out this Saturday. FTR is known to be one of the best tag teams here in AEW. And that's one thing that you gotta be is when you're champions, you gotta prove yourself. You gotta show everybody that you are the greatest. You can't slack off. You have to show up every single week, and you have to expect a lot. You have to hold that title with pride. You have to defend it whenever you want. You have to defend it when anyone challenges you. That's how it is being a champion. When you're a champion, it is the hardest job in the world. Okay, you have everybody targeting you. I am in tons of different rivalries as of right now. Gyro, and I got tag team rivalries going on with the Hurt Business, dudes with attitude joining the Hurt Business, and not only that, but it's just so much going on, with Lee Anderson and Gabriel Bailout to focus on. It gets a lot. You have a target on your back, and you gotta do what you can to fight it off. And that's exactly what I do, and that's what makes me a great champion right there, is fighting it off and knowing what I have to do and coming up with strategy each and every single week to actually be able to stay as the AEW World Champion. It's different than being like a mid-card champion, honestly. It is different. And the reason why it's so different is honestly because as the World Champion, that's what everyone wants. Everyone wants to be the World Champion. Everyone wants to be the face of the company. And that's exactly what you are when you are the World Heavyweight Champion. So it's a bigger target on your back than being the United States Champion. And although the United States Championship for AEW, yeah, you can have a target on your back with that. Apollo Crews has a target on his back right now with Cedric Alexander. You have targets on your back still, but it's not really just about that. It's about so much more than just what it actually is and what it actually needs to be. And as the World Heavyweight Champion, well, I prove each and every single week that I belong here in this company. Okay, I've been overlooked in different types of companies. I have, and it's not just, it's not just about knowing what's in your past. It's not just knowing about, what's going to be coming up as a champion. It's knowing exactly at the very moment what you've got to do to be the very best. Being the best is what you have to do. You have to think yourself. You have to look at yourself in the mirror, and you have to tell yourself that you're going to be great. Because if you wake up and you look into the mirror and you say you're not going to be great, well, honestly, you're never going to be great. You know what I mean? You're never going to be great, because you have to understand that, your mind, and not just as a champion in general, but just your mind is a powerful place. It honestly is a very powerful place, okay? And whatever you say to it, whatever you feed it, it's going to get to you in the future. If you say that you're not going to be great, your mind's going to see that, it's going to hear that, and you're not going to be great. As a champion, I look myself in the mirror every single day. I say it's a new day, it's a fresh day, and I'm going to make this the best day. And that's exactly what you got to do, because you have to be better than the day you were yesterday. That is how you become a champion. That is how you stay a champion. And I promise you, you can ask Eddie England the same thing. He was the United Kingdom champion for 1,172 days. Why? Because he looked himself in the mirror every single morning he woke up saying that he was going to be great. That he was going to be better than the day that he was yesterday. And that's exactly what he is. There's no doubt about it. I had a fight of my life yesterday. Okay, I had the fight of my life. Eddie England was the toughest opponent I've ever faced in my entire life. Okay, he was definitely the toughest opponent I've ever faced, and I think he will be for the longest time. But champion to champion, we both know the facts. We both know what it's like to be a champion. We know that we're going to have targets on our back. We know this, and that's what you got to do. You got to understand the system. You got to know the company. You got to study it. You got to watch matches. Even against superstars you don't even think you're going to actually be able to face, or you don't think that you're ever going to face in your career, because you're thinking, oh, this guy's kind of small, he's not really getting much opportunities, I might not even be able to face him. You still got to study them. You still got to watch their matches and watch what they do, because someday in reality, you could end up going against that person. And what's going to happen if you did not study anything? What's going to happen if you do not know much about that superstar? They're going to get on top, and it's going to eat you alive for the rest of your life, and it's going to change the momentum of your career. And you got to know that. Everybody got to know that, but no one does. No one seems to know that but me. And being a champion is the hardest job you're ever going to have, whether you like it or not. Scripted, non-scripted. Wrestling is the most brutal sport that you will ever be in your life. Well, that's definitely true right there. Jonathan Gersman has spent most of his career actually being a champion everywhere he's gone. Jonathan, you have been on top of the world. Every company, every wrestling promotion you have been in, you have been on the top of the promotion. You have been the face of. And it's no doubt that that's exactly what you are right now in AEW. Exactly. It's definitely what I am. I haven't been in AEW really that long. It hasn't even been a year. Okay, it has not been a year, but here I am as the AEW World Champion. Why? It's not because I deserve it. Do I deserve it? Of course. But it's not just because I deserve it. It's because I know the game. I studied. Before I knew I was going to be in AEW, I watched it. I studied it. I learned the system. I learned the superstars. I know what it's like to be a champion. I've been champion so long in my career. I know what it's like. And some people don't understand that. And that's exactly what you got to understand it. You have a lot of studying to do when you are champion. You have to take over the world. You have to know that you have a lot of studying to do. It's not just about you showing up each and every single week and just winning your matches. You have to study your opponent. Because if you don't study your opponent, you're not going to know what's coming, and they can pull out anything. They can pull out any stops. It's for the championship, for Christ's sake. When there's a championship on the line, when there is a championship, a title that is on the line, you have to know that superstar is going to be pulling out all the stops. They'll be pulling out new stuff they have never done in their career before. That's how it is. That's how it's always going to be. Because when you hold this title, look at this title right here. When you hold this title, you hold the company in your hands. You protect the company. That is exactly what you do. That is your job. Okay, as a champion, they rely on you to be the very best and to be a role model to all of those that is currently beneath you. That is what being a champion is about. It's being a role model. It's like the father of the company. And people need to understand that. Some people, the champions, are just too cocky about it. They don't understand the system. Well, Jonathan Gersman, you obviously definitely do know a lot about being a champion. And we're talking about Best Friends here, too. Best Friends, they do have a title match against FTR. What is that going to be like? I mean, what can you expect? What is your prediction for that matchup? My prediction. FTR has been a great tag team for quite a while. Alright, when they were in WWE, they were a great tag team. Alright, they were on top. They were NXT, their former NXT champion, or NXT tag team champions. They have been on top. They know what it's like. They injure people. But they also study their game. They study what it's like to be a tag team. Tag team has more studying to do than just being a regular singles competitor. There is so much studying that comes in to professional wrestling, and that's exactly why professional wrestling has a school you go to before going into the company. You have to go to that school. You have to learn the system. Each wrestling promotion has a different system. They have different ways that the system works. And do I think Best Friends have what it takes to beat FTR? Absolutely. Because Best Friends, they also study their opponents. They'll look at their opponents and be like, okay, I'm going to have to study my opponents. That's exactly what they do. And they do that just now. As you can see, Chuck Taylor going for the roll-up. But Mark kicks out of it. Not really quite enough to end this matchup. But yes, it definitely is a hard project. Being a champion for that long, or for long at all, I mean, it's hard to be a champion. What would you have to say would be the amount of days when it starts to get challenging being a champion? The day that it starts to be challenging as a champion is the first day you win the title. Honestly, if you think about it. If you think about it, the first day that you become a champion, it's challenging from that moment on into the moment you lose that title. Because people start to target you. If someone is targeting the champion and that person loses their title, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to take their focus off of that superstar and they're going to move on to the new champion. That's what it is. It's like a domino effect, okay? That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it's going to be for a very long time. That's how it is as a champion. That's how it works. You see Chuck Taylor with a nice suplex. What a nice matchup this is here. Best friends going at it against Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn. Chuck Taylor now is looking for a nice Lost in the Woods. He's going for the pin now. So you had Private Party join the Resistance. Exactly. And do you think they'll have what it takes to actually be a good member, or to be good members of the Resistance? Oh, absolutely. I mean, look what they're doing in this matchup. You know, I mean, not every team is going to win, not every team is going to lose, but you got to understand. I mean, they're doing an incredible job against best friends. You know, best friends, they know each other for a long time. That's why they call themselves best friends, because they are literally best friends. But I see so much potential in Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn that I wanted them to join the Resistance. You know, and they agreed to it. See now Trent attacking himself in right now. A nice drop kick from Trent to Mark Quinn. With Trent now taking control of this matchup. But this definitely has been an amazing match. Oh, it definitely has. Oh, going for a pin. But Chuck Taylor breaking up the pin. Taking out Mark Quinn. And another drop kick. Yeah, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn they definitely have been doing a good job here in this matchup, for sure. Oh, absolutely. I mean, this match has been going on for about 27 minutes now. Very nice from Trent. Trent with a nice sliding suplex, a nice sliding German suplex. You know, Trent definitely is a great wrestler. He's been a great wrestler for generations. He knows what it's like to be in a team. He knows the game. You know, he does. And that's exactly, like I said, that's exactly what makes a great tag team, is knowing the game, knowing your partner. That's why you want to actually be able to, you know, learn about your partner before you actually team up with someone. You know, being in the tag team, you gotta know your partner. You can't just team up with a random person and be like, hey, we're gonna be the greatest tag team in the world. A Private Party, they have been a tag team for a while. Best Friends have been a tag team for a while. Now you can see Chuck Taylor going to the top to try to end this thing. And that could be enough. And that will be enough to secure the victory. That was a very good ladder match, honestly. It literally was. Best Friends definitely do get the victory here tonight. Absolutely amazing. An amazing match that was as well. It was a good match, I will say that. It definitely was a good match. But, you know, I still have hope for Private Party. They could become a serious threat to the tag team division for sure. As now we get on to our next match for AEW Dark. So now we have the Red Dragon Max versus Shane Thorne. AEW Dark. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The Red Dragon Max going against Shane Thorne. I actually do too. It's pretty catchy.
Looking forward to seeing this young man in action. He's a very talented individual. Looking to strike out on his own in singles competition.
Here comes Shane Thorne, making his way to the ring. So, Jonathan, I gotta ask you, what do you think about Shane Thorne? Shane Thorne is dumb and his face is dumb. Enough said. Doesn't look like you really like Shane Thorne, do you? Do I like Shane Thorne? No, I don't like Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne thinks he's the best thing going right now in AEW. Okay, that's what he thinks. But has he won a match in AEW? No, he has not. So, if you have to say that, like, you think Shane Thorne will have a chance of beating you for your championship if he ever got a chance? That's a big if. That's a big if. Do I think Shane Thorne will ever? Absolutely not. Let me tell you exactly how the match will go out. Thorne enters the ring, right? I'm the champion. I'm waiting for him to enter the ring. Shane Thorne enters the ring. As soon as he gets through those ropes right there, as soon as he gets through with those ropes, it's a blackout to his face. Done. Just like that. That's exactly what it is. Because one thing that he needs to understand, one thing that Shane Thorne needs to understand, is that I'm in the ring, he's making his way to the ring. There is 40 feet of distance and 3 rows between him and the worst decision of his life. Okay, if he gets into the ring with me, it's a blackout and his career's ended. Enough said. What about Max? What do you think about Max? I think he has potential. I mean, he's won a couple matches. Obviously, he does have, a bigger loss record, but he has won, some matches. He does have potential for sure. Do you think he has what it takes to beat Shane Thorne? Anybody has a chance to beat Shane Thorne. Okay, seriously, Hornswoggle can beat Shane Thorne. See, the whole entire matchup, Jonathan Gersman seems to be roasting Shane Thorne. I think what Shane Thorne needs to do is put a crown of thorns over his head and just get himself out of this company. Max Wolf now taking down Shane Thorne. What is Max looking for? Looking for something big, it looks like. Very nice Spanish fly. He actually calls that dragonfly, but going for the pin.
I guess you never know.
Shane Thorne gets hit with a Pele. See that right there? That's the kind of stuff I like. I mean, that beautiful, O'Connor roll followed by a Pele kick was absolutely, it was a thing of beauty. And that's exactly what that's exactly what Max Wolf does. I mean, sometimes you don't expect what he does in the ring. Sometimes you just don't expect it. He's just too, he's too good. He has potential to be something great, and I think that he will be something great. Max now going for the shotgun drop kick. A nice kick though by Shane Thorne. And a super kick, and another one. The double super kick from Max, the Red Dragon Max. Oh, it's going for the Dragon Sleeper. And Shane Thorne has to tap. That's exactly what I'm talking about, this Shane Thorne. You see what just happened out there? Do you think Shane Thorne has a chance for my championship? Please. I would love to see Shane Thorne challenge me for the title. I would love to see that. I would love to see that because, like I said before, he's going to walk out from his entrance. He's going to walk out. He's going to walk between those ropes, and just like that, black out to his face. Max gets the victory here tonight in AEW Dark against Shane Thorne. We're going to get on with our next match. And this was requested, guys. Oof. This is going to be a huge one. I think one of my videos is on recommended. A friend of mine just messaged me saying that he was on YouTube and he saw one of my live streams on his recommended. Interesting. All right. The Rick is somebody I created who has become a huge threat. And Siler Jordan challenged him to a match. Baron Corbin 2014 theme. I can see if I can do that. And here we go. Siler Jordan is in match right now, a singles match against the Wick. He was just talking about how much potential he saw in your character. Saying that you could become the next big thing. He saw potential in you. At the same time, he was roasting Shane Thorne. Wick. Very devastating. Very intimidating. The Wick is someone not to mess with. But Siler Jordan had the balls to challenge him. Nice knee strike. And another one.
For this match to take place.
So, gotta say, Jonathan, what do you think about the Wick? What I think about the Wick? You know, honestly, I literally have no words. I mean, just look at this guy. This is not somebody you usually see in wrestling. I mean, it's like a whole different side of something. I don't know where they found him at, but definitely probably one of the most intimidating superstars I've ever seen. And Siler, this is why Siler is actually part of the Resistance. This is why, because he is not afraid of anything. He is willing to take shots. I mean, he challenged the Wick. The Wick didn't come to him. He came to the Wick and said, "Hey, I wanted a match," and he got it. Do you think Siler Jordan will have a chance of winning? Who knows? I mean, Siler has beaten people the size of the Wick before. You know, he has been able to do a lot. He's a technician. You know, he can do things that you and I would expect inside this ring. That's how he is. So he can pull out anything. He could just do a regular pinning roll-up and get the victory, just like that. You know what I mean? So, like, don't really know what to expect when it comes to Siler. Siler can get the crap beaten out of him and all of a sudden pull up a pin and get the victory. He's done it before. Now the Wick really damaging Siler Jordan. Has Siler ever been a world champion outside of AEW? Oh, absolutely. He was the ROH World Heavyweight Champion for 683 days back in 2005. Wow, that's actually a really good title reign. Oh, absolutely. It's like 2 years. He was literally a champion for almost 2 years.
You know what they call that? Something no one would ever do to me. A barrage of strikes, endless, rubbing blow. Assault on the lower back.
But the Wick is, the Wick is something else. I mean, honestly, he's something else. Would you ever accept a challenge? If the Wick was able to challenge you, like if he ended up challenging you for your championship, would you accept it? You know, I haven't even heard the Wick talk before. I don't even know if the Wick can even talk. So honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, if he challenged me to a match, if he was actually finally able to talk and he challenged me to a match, then yeah, probably. I'm a fighting champion. I'll challenge anybody. I'll accept anyone's challenge. I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's the Boogeyman. I'll accept their challenge. I don't care if it's the Undertaker. I will accept the challenge. Right now you can see Siler Jordan getting manhandled by the Wick right here tonight, AEW Dark. Honestly says nothing though. I mean, Siler Jordan is an incredible superstar. He's an incredible wrestler. You know, he has been for a long time. But the Wick is definitely something else. I don't even know who the Wick is. So you don't know who's underneath the mask? No, I do not. I don't think anybody does. I don't know if it's someone that's completely new. I don't know if it's somebody that, I know, or that I've competed. It could be somebody I've competed against in my career before. It could be. I don't know who's under the mask. But it could definitely be somebody that I've competed against before. Have you ever competed against anybody that has been the size of the Wick that you could think it could be? Honestly, yes. Who do you think the Wick could honestly be? Like, who do you think it could be? For all we know, the Wick could be Brian Cage. Brian Cage is here in AEW, but he could also be portraying as this creature known as the Wick. And then when he has his other match, have you ever noticed that the Wick and Brian Cage does not compete on the same show? Have you ever noticed that anytime the Wick is competing, Brian Cage is not, and when Brian Cage is competing, the Wick is not? So honestly, this character, the Wick, could be Brian Cage. Who knows? But we had Best Friends defeat a Private Party. And I think this is actually the third match? No. So we had Best Friends defeat Private Party And then we had Max Wolf, the Red Dragon Max. He defeated Shane Thorne. And now we're on this match.
Taking on some offense than we expected.
And you can see Tyler Jordan actually doing some damage against the Rick now. Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. So you honestly think the Rick is Brian Cage? That's my guess. I want to say the Rick is probably Brian Cage. I mean, I don't really know who it could be, but I guess it could be. But is Brian Cage really that tall? Honestly, I can't really even tell from here. The commentary table is not too close to the ring. It's all the way here, you know. I can't really tell from sitting down, like down here. I have to be like up there at the ring. I mean, from here he looks tall, but that's because he's elevated in the ring. I gotta like literally jump into the ring. How do you do that? Jump into the ring. I'm not gonna jump into the ring right now. I mean, I'm just looking at the ring glow. I don't know if Brian Cage is really that tall. Well, I mean, look at his body, for instance. Look at his body. Brian Cage has no tattoos. Brian Cage is a huge athlete. I mean, he's thick. You know, he has a lot of muscle. He's thick. He's a bodybuilder, okay? Look at the Rick. He's the same way. His body looks just like Brian Cage's. It could literally be Brian Cage. Well, it's kind of, if the Rick wants to keep his identity a secret, it's kind of a good thing that he does not have tattoos, honestly. Because if he had tattoos, you could just look at the tattoos and be like, hey, it's this guy. Exactly. And who knows? The Rick might even have tattoos. Who knows? It could be he could have a tattoo that's, you know, he could have a tattoo on the part that's covered up. He could have a tattoo on his left arm, which is covered up by his sleeve. So who knows? He might actually have tattoos. Just can't really see them. But I don't know who the Rick is. Well, I mean, other than Brian Cage, who else do you think it could be? Who else do I think it could be? You know, it could be Ryan Simonich. We haven't seen him in a while. But Ryan Simonich has tattoos. That is true, he does, doesn't he? Yeah, he has a full back tattoo, he has 2 arm sleeve tattoos, he has a chest tattoo, like, he's like Hunter Hoss when it comes to tattoos. That is true. So I guess it's not Ryan. It could be Ryback. It could be Ryback. But Ryback's not that tall either. Honestly, I don't know.
He's stuck in the corner now.
But honestly, like, it might not even be someone that's been in AEW. It could be someone completely different. It could be someone that came from an indie show. It could be anybody. What about Braun Strowman? No, the Rick doesn't have a tattoo on his right arm. And that's true. Yeah, I keep thinking. I mean, who do you think the Rick is? Honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's got to be. It's definitely somebody that does not have tattoos. Who has a body like that? Can you think of any wrestlers that has a body like that does not have any tattoos on the part that's revealed, on the part of his body that's revealed? Think of any wrestler. I mean, honestly, who do you think it could be? The Rick. I mean, who knows? You know another person I think it might be? Will Ospreay. No, it's not Will Ospreay. Look at the size of this guy. Look at the size of this guy. Now, Will Ospreay is not. He does not have this type of body. It's definitely not Will Ospreay. And you have any other guesses of who it could possibly be? Oh man, it's kind of hard to think of who it actually could be. You know, honestly. It could be anybody. It could literally be anybody. What about Rob Terry? It could be Rob Terry. Honestly, it could actually be Rob Terry. When you think about it, he does have the body like that. He's about that tall. That is a good guess. I'm not saying it is him, but that could be a good guess. You know, it could possibly be Rob Terry. But the other thing is too, though, is that it's been rumored that Rob Terry was actually the Freak from the Rebellion. Rob Terry could be the Freak too. But the Freak could also be Brian Cage. Who knows? It's not Cody Beach because he has tattoos. He doesn't have full sleeve tattoos. Well, he does. He actually does have a full sleeve tattoo on his right arm, which is the arm that's revealed. But yeah, he does have tattoos. So it's not Cody Beach. But like I said, it might not even be a wrestler that was in AEW. It could be anybody. It could be someone from an indie show. It could be a former TNA superstar. Who knows? Siler Jordan, you know, he's holding his own. He definitely is holding his own. If an opportunity, I just want to ask you this. If an opportunity came up, would you give Siler Jordan a match for your championship? Oh, absolutely. No question about it. Absolutely. He's earned it. Siler Jordan's great. I mean, to be able to fight Siler Jordan would be amazing. I know he would give me the match. He would give me the fight of my life. Death from above connects. He calls that death from above. That could possibly be it. Will that be it for Siler? And it is. You gotta give credit though to Siler. I mean, he did hold his own. He did. He did. No, because Nick Miller's not that tall either. And he doesn't have a body like that either. So it's definitely not gonna be Nick Miller. It'll be someone that's really tall, that's pretty tall, and that has like a big muscle mass like that guy does. Jonathan Gersman, you want to go into the ring and check on Siler Jordan? You know, I think I'm going to wait until the Rick goes to the back of the room before I do that. Thanks for the offer, though. I see what you're trying to do there. But I got to save every part of my body for, obviously, this weekend. The Rick is 6'7". He's like 6'7", almost 300 pounds. And now we have our main event. Jairo Marias, formerly known as Jet Sket, versus Pac.
The following contest is a ladder match. It is for the All-Star Wrestling Television Championship.
Toda favela, tô aqui, sabotagem, tem certos lugares, ligeiro, criminalidade, eu tô de pé. País pro pescoço, tá desgosto, porque aqui não tem socorro, é impressionante. É tipo Pirituba na mirante, não sou chinês, às vezes fumei, sou fumante. Câncer da sul, humildade é minha lei. Aqui, sabotagem não é viagem, o que tem, então vai, vê que Jesus é amor. A humildade é que conduz, pra que o verbo reproduz o crime. Quem não é crime, eu faço parte também. Cada lugar,
Jonathan, what do you have to say about this man?
Só não dever pra ninguém.
I as long as Gyro keeps his distance from me, everything will be good. Honestly. Gotta remember, Gyro attacked me first.
Ladies and gentlemen, the championship on the line here tonight. Looking at the opposition, I can say that the champion will have to go to climb this one.
But you know what? I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm not gonna get involved. I'm gonna stay right here and just let Gyro do his thing. I know that you and Gyro Marias has not been seeing eye to eye lately. No, I haven't. And look who's back. Yeah, this is the man I want to defeat Gyro. Come on, Pac. You know that Pac was actually a part of the Resistance. Oh, he was. He was. And he was great. But he wanted to focus on his singles career, and I respect that. I was like, hey, anytime, I told him, anytime that he wants to join the Resistance, he can. I told him that he can come back anytime he wants to, whenever he wants to be a part of us. He can come back. But he definitely is great. Yes, he is. He is looking great. Keeping himself fit. You want to keep yourself like that in this company, you know? Keep yourself healthy, keep yourself fit, keep yourself active.
You'll have to forgive me for the lack of information on this title, but I have heard that it's highly coveted. Well, my sources sent me a VHS tape of this title's greatest matches, and there were some all-time classics. Really? Hey, can I borrow that tape, Corey? Absolutely not, Saxon. I'd be doing a disservice to my sources. Man, this place is jumping.
Look, what's going on with the bodies? I gotta see what's going on with that. Hold on.
Big fight field.
There's a glitch going on with the bodies right now.
To remain the benchmark, or for another competitor to change the way
There is a huge glitch going on with the bodies right now. You guys not see that? It's like they're white, but they have like patches of their actual skin color. Look at that. Look at that. What the hell's going on with their bodies? Why is it doing that?
Dangerous out here, especially when there are no countouts.
Gyro bringing a ladder into the match. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's like, it's not just Pax though, it's actually at both of them. It's Gyro's too. Gyro and Pac both has that. So Jonathan, what are your thoughts on Gyro? My thoughts on Gyro. Honestly, you want to know my thoughts on Gyro. Gyro did indespicable things to my friend Rune Steiner. Rune Steiner has been out recovering because of Gyro. That's exactly what's going on. I mean, look at what Gyro has done lately. He's been targeting the Resistance. He's been targeting Rick Steiner. He's been targeting everybody. But to see Pac beat down Gyro would be amazing. I would love to see it. Well, that's exactly what we're seeing right now. It is. And Gyro has been in a bunch of ladder matches in the past as well. You know, he knows what it's like to be in a ladder match. He's been in it. I mean, Gyro has been in the company for well over 30 years. He's a legend in the company. But you don't really like this new Gyro, huh? I don't know. He was way better as Jet Sket. I mean, he has been healed one other time in his career. He's been hated one other time in his career, but he stayed as Jet Sket. He didn't change his whole identity. And now we see this Gyro guy get born. Heard that Gyro is actually Jet Sket's real name. Well, yeah, it is. But it's not really just about that being his real name. Now fighting on top.
Turning back now. Great reversal. I gotta say, I'm impressed. You risk life and limb when you climb that ladder. Can he unhook it? And the crowd is starting to come to their feet. Up and away.
Trying to take it from him now. Come on, Pac. Come on. Stay in this thing. Yes, there we go. Good job, Pac. See, Pac missed. Yeah, he did. But who cares, right?
Superman punch! Oh, look out! Boom, way back.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But Gyro has been thinking that he's been the best lately. So you're not really liking exactly what Gyro has been doing lately then? Absolutely not. Do you know how close me and Rune Steiner are? Seriously. Do you know how close we are?
Going for the win here. An aggressive move for now, but I think I like it.
Go for a spear! Oh! I gotta admit, that was pretty impressive. Going for a spear like that, that was pretty impressive, I gotta say. But still, no, I do not like this new attitude that Gyro has been developing. I don't know exactly who he thinks he is, but he is not a king.
Looks like he's gonna try to win this thing right here. Yeah,
And now what? He's a Hunter Haas wannabe because he decided to hit a spear?
inches away. Smart move here, Cole. Let's see if it pays off. Hoping up good heights. This is the risk you take when you climb that ladder. I can't say that I'm surprised to see the action continue up here. Me neither, since it's a ladder match. He gets it from high above the ring. Oh, great. Oh, be careful up there. Trying to unhook the championship. Get it, get it. Looking super focused too, Cole. This may very well be it.
Yeah, Gyro. No remorse there. You know what I think about Gyro? Gyro can go to hell. That's what I think. That's what Jonathan Gersman thinks for sure. Can you just go to hell, huh? Yeah, absolutely. But just look at what he's been doing. He's not gonna go for this. He's not gonna go. Oh! Oh! Oh my God! Oh my God! He even turned in midair. He even turned in midair. Oh my God! See, Jonathan Gersman is in disbelief right now. Of course I am. But look at this. This is why Pac is such a great fighter. He is back up.
He's not giving up yet. He should. Introduce a ladder, and this is bound to happen.
Oh! Oh, a cutter! A cutter from the top rope! What a match this has been between these two.
Let's look at this again.
Both men are laid.
We've got a climber.
Gyro now going to the top.
Down here, almost there. Here we go.
And Gyro grabs the title.
This singles match of the best.
Toda favela, tô aqui.
Gyro is the new TNT champion. Look at this again. Look at that. Oh my God. And it goes for another cutter, pulling out all the stops. And he grabs the TNT championship. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, you can if you want, yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me here for AEW Dark. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like future content videos, and I will see you all in the next one, which will be tomorrow. We have NXT, and then we have AEW Dynamite on Thursday, and then we have AEW Full Gear on Saturday, and then Sunday is THG Hell's Coliseum. See you guys in the next one.